I have something in my tooth. I am so informal. Okay, so, question day. I know that my friend Davi, now if you are subscribed to me, I have a beautiful friend that I met here on YouTube called, she goes by the YouTube name, Hey It's Davi, and I will link her down below. Beautiful soul. You'll hear me say that about some of the women I am friends with. I love this girl. She is one of the sweetest people I think I know. Even though we haven't met in person, I enjoy her. I enjoy talking to her. She has reached out to me several times on Instagram, and she's doing this tag on YouTube. And I thought, you know what? Hey, I'll join in with it. Even though I haven't been doing this for more than a year, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity for you to get to know me a little bit more. I know that I put a video out there about why I got into plants in the first place, but we're gonna go over that again today. If I'm talking fast, my family is going to be home in a little bit. So if I have to cut out of this video, which may happen, I may be sitting somewhere else or the lighting may be different, because that always happens to me. That's not a woe is me, by the way, it's life. Some of the videos, or some of the questions today is, and I am partially blind, I've mentioned that before, so if I sound like I am a 2-year-old reading the paper, that's why. It says, when did I first get into plants? And if you go back in my videos, I have my why I got into plants in the first place. I have been a wellness advocate with essential oils, doTERRA specifically. It's the only brand I honestly trust with around my animals and around plants and my children, and for us to be breathing in. That's a side note. I wanted to up or vamp up the air quality in my home, because we live by, like literally live about a couple feet, not even a block away from this super busy road right here in my west facing window. And we get all that pollution from the air, from the cars, from the city, from just the air that we breathe. And I follow this really beautiful gal, another one, who inspires me. She's like my mama in doTERRA. She is a role model for me. Her name is Ange Peters. She goes by the YouTube name WholeFit. And she was doing a tour on her new house. My family is home now, so you're going to hear them in the background. I was talking to you about WholeFit. So I saw that she had a tour of her new house that she and her husband and her 2 children, 2 daughters, just purchased. And she was going around showing how to better the life and the air quality of the pollutions we have in our home. It comes from everything: furniture, paint, carpet, paper towels, napkins, printing ink. Like, it comes from everywhere. We're bombarded with toxins. And I know I'm long-winded in this question, but I was like, man, you know, I've tried here and there in the past to have plants and all of the good stuff in our home, but I never was like into it like I am now. So I started collecting here and there. It wasn't a big thing to me at first, and the love of it grew and it grew and it matured into something where it's a hobby of mine now. It is a joy, it is a lifestyle, it is a passion that I truly have embraced, and I would tell anybody to. And even if you have like a black thumb, like a lot of my friends say, I have a black thumb because they kill plants. Well, you don't. It's not a black thumb, you gotta do your research, and a lot of people don't want to. But I have decided to take that time and to put that love and energy into those areas, because I have said before, when something is giving that life to you and it's basically loving you and giving you something for free to better your life, better your health, better the environment, the emotions, you will take care of that. At least I do. So that's the first question. My next question is, and also, this is day old makeup, day old hair. I actually slept on I'm so weird. I slept on this hair. So if I look pretty beat up, that's why. I am such a squirrel girl. Squirrel! My next question is, what is your oldest house plant? That would be my snake plant. I purchased my snake plant, very first one that I knew cleaned the air and purified the air. And so the one in my kitchen, which I'll do a houseplant tour one of these days, is my oldest plant. Third question, what kickstarted your collection, or what caught, well, I added this. It says, what kickstarted your plant collection, or what plant, I think that's the question. What plant kickstarted your collection? What kickstarted my collection was air purifying plants. Snake plant would be one, and then also the peace lily. Hands down, favorite houseplant. Looks and the aesthetics of it, and also how it eliminates all 5 toxins in our air. So it takes care of all of these very harmful things that we have in our home that cause us to be ill and can cause damage later on in life as well, if our body is overloaded with that toxic overload. So peace lily, snake plant, probably kickstarted it, more than likely. Okay, and next question. Biggest mistake with a plant. My biggest mistake was with an ivy that I had purchased a year and a half ago. I would say that was my very first house plant, but it's dead now. Poor thing, I feel so bad. My biggest mistake with that one was I didn't know anything about houseplants, and it was in a hanging basket, and I hung it right above the central air. It did great, it did fantastic in the winter time, or no, the springtime, summertime. Then this last winter rolled around, and in the beginning of August, September, this ivy was huge. It was like dangling down, and there was my air vent right there on the floor, shooting straight up at its vines. And all of a sudden it started just like crispifying and looking like it was burnt. And I'm like, what is going on? I didn't do anything to this. I didn't put any fertilizer in it. I didn't do anything. And it began to climb up the vines, and the vines started like coming off and falling. And I finally was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. So I set it out in my garage. It died out there. I tried to revive it when I kickstarted my plant collection in my very first video. And I think that's about the biggest mistake I think I've ever made. There's other mistakes that you all know of that I will never do again, but that's not the question, so let's stay on track. Okay. Most expensive plant that I have ever purchased. It would have to either be my orbifolia, my Calathea orbifolia that I just got from Alice. Not Alice, her name's Alicia, and she has the website on Etsy called Land of Alice. That total came to $35 with tax and shipping. But also I just purchased another plant. My taste is too expensive. I have way too much of the fancy plants that I need to back down a little bit, because I love them and I get so impatient, and so I just grab it up as fast as I can because something inside of me panics and I think someone else is gonna get this. And then Etsy gets you, because after you put something in your basket, it says, hurry, it's going by fast, it's gonna be gone soon. And then I panic, and that's how they get me. And so I'm like, oh, I have to buy this now. And so I go and buy it. And then my husband gets upset and I'm like, I'm sorry. And I need to stop doing that. I need to just not look at Etsy for now until I have money to actually purchase something. But anyways, my most expensive to this day is another calathea that I have just purchased, and it is coming into the mail. I'll just tell you what it is now. It's called there's a scientific word for it, but it's called, the easy name, Calathea gecko. It is one of the coolest lime green, light green, flecks of dark green. In these leaves, and you know me by now, hopefully. If you're new, welcome. I like the Calathea family. They're on my top 5, definitely. I'm really starting to get into the aroid family. Love those as well. Elephant ears, colocasias. But yeah, that would be the most expensive. I have spent $40 on that plant, and it's in the mail, and it's going to be shipped out Monday, which is tomorrow. Okay, next question. You know what's funny? I know that I can talk and talk. I have the computer on right behind you guys with my friend Davi, and she hasn't even gone through all of her questions yet. And I'm gonna pause the video, and I only wrote down the ones that she's already she's asked or she's gone through. This is so informal. You're welcome. Just keeping it real, man. Okay, my next question. What plant am I drawn to? What plants am I drawn to? Or the question might be, what plant? If I had a group of plants that I would say, you know me, I love arrowheads. As known as, AKA, Syngonium. My next one that I am drawn to would be Calatheas. Anything that purifies the air, which all green plants totally clean our air, but some do a better job than others, would be my peace lily. I'm drawn to them big time. And then like I said, I am getting really drawn to the aroid family. Love them, the looks, the aesthetics, what they look like, the shapes of them, just they look so not real, and I guess I just really like that look. I would say that I like the philodendron family, but they have been the hardest, most fussy, which I think I'm going into the next question. Let's see. Do you, oh no, hold on. What's the other question? The most expensive, I already did the most expensive. Biggest mistake. What plants are you drawn to? Okay, I already did that. I thought there was another question that says my most picky plant or my most fussiest plant. I'll just say that. My fussiest plants would be my philodendrons. I have a really hard time for some reason. In the room that we're in now, I have excellent humidity. The temperature is right on. They're not right into direct sunlight. I have bright light. they just don't like me. I do not know why. They are like either wilted, so I water them, and then when I water them, their leaves start to turn brown, and then when their leaves start to turn brown, I freak out and I'm like, what is going on? My husband is spying on me right now. Go, go, you're making me embarrassed. Stupid. Go! Oh my gosh, okay. Stop, just go. Oh, okay. He's gonna come back. He's outside with the kids, so he's sweet to me. He's outside with the kids so I can do this video. Okay, so, do I garden? Yes, I do. Jeff Hinkle! Stop! You're ruining my video. Do I garden? Yes, I do. Last year, so I moved into this home a little over a year ago in January. That spring, our front flower bed was a hot mess. And so I weeded everything out. I planted one hosta for my anniversary, my wedding anniversary. I wanted that plant to kind of like be cheesy and symbolize like, oh, it's our first plant here. And I just let the garden go, like the front flower bed. And it's big. I have a video actually coming out of what I'm doing. I've mentioned that in my last video. But I have my front flower bed. I have weeded everything this spring, or this last month. I have planted many plants. I have planted a hosta, a lupine, a big leaf lupine. I also have planted some tulips. I have pulled up all of the bulbs that are like those bluebells or whatever they're called. I don't like them. I'm sorry if you do those. They're like a tuberous plant that always comes up and they multiply everywhere. I had thousands and thousands of them inside my garden. I also have another hosta, two hostas that was already there. I have a hydrangea, and I have coming in the mail, I'm so excited, 2 barberry bushes. Barberries are bushes that deter burglars and robbers from your home from entering into your windows, because they have, it's a beautiful bush. There are all kinds of different ones, and they have these little spikes on them that tear up your skin and your clothing, and it makes it very hard to want to go into climb through the window that way. So I have 2 of them on the way. They are rosy gold, I think, or golden rosy barberry bushes. They're really pretty, you'll see them. And then I also ordered 2 Fatsia japonicas. I think that's how you say it. I'm putting one outside in the corner. It's in the front in the east, right across from us, in front of me and my husband's window, because ours is the farthest window to the north side. And then I'm going to keep one inside because I love the looks of them. It's tropical, they're green, and it's a spiderweb looking plant. So yes, I do garden. I have lavender, and then I also have carousel carnival grass. You will see that in a future video. But other than that, I don't really do, I want to do, like I said, I do have lavender. That's the only herb that I have right now. I want to do some rosemary, some mint. I love mint in my lemonade and iced lemonade in the summertime. Lavender and lemonade is really good. But other than that, if you have any ideas of what I could grow, because I want to get into it, and I also want to do like a mason jar garden on my wall, and I have a whole video coming up of the wall of my kitchen, what I'm going to be doing. Davi, actually, who tagged me in this video, gave me the idea of building something on my wall because she does her own do-it-yourself videos. She's so creative. You'll love her. So that is that question. Do I garden? Yes, I'm a talker. Okay, so my last questions, a couple more, and then I'll be done. The coolest plant, okay, coolest plant that I have right now in my collection. Coolest plant, huh? Let me grab them for you. I don't think my stuff's too cool. I mean, I don't have anything special. I have two of these guys, which are my absolute faves. Yeah, and then this guy right here. Are we allowed to pick two? I'm gonna pick two. I got him yesterday. Yesterday? Was it yesterday or the day before? It was the day before. So on Friday, I got, I don't know if you can see this because I can't see myself. This guy, my white lava elephant ear. It's a colocasia, not an alocasia. Colocasia, C-O-L-O, and then C-A-S-I-A, colocasia. I don't know how you say that pronounce that properly. But this guy, when he matures, you will see in the picture. That the more he matures, he will get a white, like variegation down the center of him. A white creamish, sorry, I have a hair on my arm, and I about flipped my lid, literally, because I just got rid of bugs. My plants. So I thought it was a bug crawling on me. Yeah, this is the one, my elephant ear colocasia. And then, my love of all times, my own blood. I love this guy. Now, his tips are browning a little bit, but I think that's because I had my orbifolias out in the kitchen where it gets really cold, and my humidity had trouble keeping up at night. And so I have now moved everybody. I'm feeling, there it goes, I got it. I got the hair. And I know that everyone, I believe, is going to be happier inside of my plant room. This is the humidity room. I keep all those plants in here. All of the heat is in this room, and I think that they will be happier, and I'm hoping that his tips will not, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. His tips are just a little crustified. I hate that look, but we'll fix them right up. You know, you got new growth going on. I mean, they're healthy, they're happy, but those are my two coolest, which are probably very cool to you, plants that I own. Let me put these guys back. Sure you're not hitting the window, dude. And then the last question that I am going to answer is, okay, what is my all-time plant that I want or that I have not acquired yet in my collection? Hands down, by far, I'm almost afraid to own this plant, is the dragon scale plant, and that's in the aroid family. The coolest, most unique, horrifically odd looking plant. It looks like it's like a living animal almost, but it is so cool looking. I don't know even how to describe it. My dream would to own one of these plants. As you can see from the pictures that I put up there, I don't know if that's a green scale or dragon scale plant or if it's a silver. That one's pretty. My husband is there again. I also love the Red Secret. I will put another picture up. The Red Secret dragon scale. They are the most, what are you doing, you psycho? They are the most beautifully odd looking plants I think I've ever seen. So I'm not gonna lie, I want one of those plants, but I have not seen them anywhere for underneath $75. I've looked and I've looked, and sometimes I personally, this is not to put anyone down, I personally think people ask too much money for plants. I get it that they're hard to acquire, but I also know that I believe people are money hungry a lot of the time and they charge way too much. I have seen these dragon scales for $200. I've seen them outrageously priced. And maybe that's because I haven't done research and I don't know what it is, the cost of purchasing these things from different countries. I don't know. I'll look more into it. It's not to offend anyone. I just think plant prices are going up and up and up. And in the short amount of time that I've been doing this. So I don't really have any other, like, not wish list, but any plants that I desire like to have. But there are some plants that I absolutely love that I have looked at. Oh, sorry, I am so like tired and I've worked out and it's been stressful this weekend a little bit. Not everything's perfect, and like I said, I look probably really tired. Anyways, you know how I've actually been on a waiting list for the Pink Princess for the last 2 months with Gabriel Gardens, I think that's what they're called. They want $50 for that plant, and they actually have some mechanical damage on them right now. They just sent out an email saying that these guys are gonna be still sold, but not perfect. I'm not gonna buy it. I can't justify it. I can't. With a plant, a philodendron, I have a hard time keeping alive. The one that I'm keeping alive right now, I know I'm talking a lot and I'm going off subject a little bit, but the plants that I'm keeping alive right now, which is the philodendron family, is my Brazil. I've actually split that one in half and it's having a hard time. It's struggling, but I'm like, you gotta live for me, dude. And I have a Monstera. My Monstera deliciosa is not struggling, but not growing. It gave me a new leaf about 2 weeks ago, and that's all I'm seeing from it. Hopefully being in the humidity and the heat, it'll help. But the philodendron family, I'm having a hard time with. Like I said, fussy plants for me. I don't want to spend $50 on a plant that may die on me. So I will not be getting the Pink Princess. It doesn't really catch my eye. I was like, you don't know if they're actually gonna keep their variegation because some of them are way dark with a little bit of pink here and there, and I don't desire it. And I might get some hate mail for that. I don't know, I just don't desire that. My friend Davi, she even said about the Thai constellation, the Monstera that is variegated. I don't desire that one either. Like, if I had him one day, sweet, but I don't wanna pay $100 for a variegated Monstera when I got my Monstera for $12.50. And I don't mind growing those babies up into their full-fledged beauty. Like, I love baby plants because I can grow up with them, I can see what they're doing, what I'm caring for, it's actually growing. So all that to say, the one wish list, the one plant that I would one day be able to own after I've got my green thumb all shined up and I know that I can like legitimately take care of the aroid family would be my dragon scale. Beautiful plant. I can't rave enough about what that one looks like. I've told my husband like, wow, look at this plant. This is so cool. But yeah, that would be the one. Thank you for joining me. Davi, I love you. Thank you for asking me to be tagged and asking the questions. Love your videos. You are a beautiful person to me, inside and out. I hope all of you enjoy. If you have not visited Davi, hey, it's Davi, her channel, please go and visit her. She is, like I said, a beautiful person. Thank you very much. I love you all. Thank you for taking the time to hear Chatty Cathy, just talking along, all in my glory after I've slept on my hair and no makeup. I had it on from yesterday. Anyways, I love you. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and sincerely and on a serious note, I love you all. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would love to see you. Give me a shout out to say, hey, I'm new here. I love, like, talk to me. I love conversation. I love texting people. I love messaging people. I thoroughly enjoy relationships, communication. So I will be talking to you all soon. Coming out soon will be my garden tour, or my flower bed tour. And that's just going through like the weeding, little clips of weeding, and then what it looked like after I weeded, and then all the plants I got, and the plants that I planted, and all that good stuff. I also have some more unboxings coming. You will know that I will have unboxings. And questions, if you have any questions, please let me know. God bless.